Let's try to add online multiplayer. I'm sure it'll be fun. You might be wondering how I ended up here, trying to redo my entire game's code in order to add online multiplayer to a game literally called Couch Combat. Well, it all started last devlog.
Be sure to wishlist the game on Steam if you are interested, because I am planning on adding online multiplayer and releasing the game fairly soon.
Well, it was pretty much all downhill from there. My game is called Couch Combat and I've been developing it for nearly 2 years now. Throughout all of its development, I've been making devlogs where I showcase my progress. Although this devlog is shaping up to be more of a eulogy. Not sure how that works since I'm the one running it for myself. Oh crap, this is supposed to be dramatic. The game is a split-screen FPS that I'm developing for Steam, which you can wishlist, by the way. I'm going to be releasing it completely for free, which I'll be getting to later in this video. Wishlisting is easy and is a great way to support this game's development, as it encourages Steam to show the game to more people. Oh, what just happened? I just blinked out for a second there. Nevertheless, let's go back a few weeks to where it all began. Okay, I think that's enough generic tropes for one video. Before multiplayer development caused my untimely demise, I was just working on finishing up the development of a few new game modes. I started on them last devlog, and they were mostly done. I just finished by programming a results screen which displays all the players ranked first to last place by wins. It's not beautiful, and I think that it, alongside most of the main menu, should get a bit of an upgrade to its looks now that the main menu itself is complete. Other than that, I just reverted the pickups to the old version, where you point at them with the reticle to pick them up, which just works better. This video is sponsored by Unity. I use several assets off the Unity asset store for things like sound effects and shaders. I'm gonna add some new guns to Couch Combat, so I need some new sounds, but luckily for me, from November 15th to December 4th, Unity is having a Black Friday sale. During the sale, there are over 500 assets to 50% off and many more with lightning deals up to 90% off. This is gonna be the last opportunity to get many of these assets at this high of a discount this year. So if you're looking for something for your project, then this is a great opportunity to save some money. The next thing I decided to focus on was improving the aim assist, as I had an idea on how to do it. Currently, aim assist just works by slowing down your rotation speed when you're pointing at a player, but that only does a bit, so I added something called aim magnetism. Aim magnetism just slowly lerps the rotation towards the nearest player whenever you are close to them. It's finicky. Having too much is weird, and too little does almost nothing, so I'm still messing around with it. I'll probably make it an option in the settings menu, but the thing that really makes aim assist weird to develop for in my game is that there's no ADSing. Games like Call of Duty on consoles usually just apply lots of aim assist whenever you aim down sights, which works, so I'm wondering if I should try adding ADSing into the game. I don't think it would be that hard. I might just have to make some new shooting animations for it whenever you're in ADS mode, but I don't know if it would really fit the game, and I've developed the whole game without that in mind, so I might not do it. I don't know what an alternative would be, so if anybody has any ideas for how I could implement aim assist better, then please let me know down in the comments. But after doing all this, I decided to start work on online multiplayer. My plan was to use Mirror and Dapper Dino's tutorial series over it, and while the tutorial series seems good, I really don't think I have the necessary IQ to understand it. I'll spare you the details of the time I burnt trying to get the basics working, but it was not pretty. My game was not designed with online multiplayer in mind in the slightest, and a lot of the internals of the code are a bit messy to say the least. Although I tried my hardest to give the game a solid foundation whenever I was beginning this project, I think my lack of experience with game development and Unity at the time kind of made it inevitable. But the thing that really made me decide against the implementation of online multiplayer was simple. I didn't enjoy developing it. I dreaded working on the game, especially since I knew that all my time spent working on it would not only be unenjoyable, but I would probably make little to no progress. So I refocused. The game is first and foremost a split-screen multiplayer game, so I'm going to focus on content and polish rather than on online functionality. Honestly, I want this game to be complete somewhat soon, so I'm going to try to avoid any further scope creep. So yeah, that's how I got here. Anyways, it's time to go back to fun stuff, like grenade launchers. Last devlog was all about guns, Couch Combat is all about guns, and this part is all about guns. With a new appreciation for how making guns is not multiplayer dev, I actually flew through the process of making the remaining guns for the game. First, I redid the shotgun animation, which was pretty basic. It's satisfying enough simply because it is a shotgun though. I decided not to reanimate the burst rifle, at least for the time being. It's always been my least favorite weapon from a gameplay and graphics standpoint, and animating it would take forever, so I'm not going to put in the effort right now when I have much better old and new guns to work on. So I focused next on the revolver instead. The revolver probably had the best animations in the game before the new updates, but I think I managed to get them even better now. You spin the revolver all around because apparently this is CSGO and it's great. But one thing that the game doesn't have enough of is explosions. There are grenades, but they kinda suck. So I made the grenades better by making them explode much faster, which makes them more useful. But I also decided that the next weapon should be a grenade launcher. I started by just taking the pistol and modifying it to shoot a projectile with gravity instead of just raycasting. I then made that projectile explode on contact with the ground and with players. The explosion for the grenade launcher is smaller and less damaging than the grenade, and it also does half the damage to the person using it, so it is actually very viable and fun to use it to grenade jump around the stage. I modeled the grenade launcher and animated it afterwards, and for the sounds I decided that I would get creative, and I combined a part of the shotgun reloading sound with a cannon sound effect in the gun sound effect pack I bought off the asset store to make the grenade launcher shoot effect. Finally, I redid the AK-47 animations and got them back in the game. I think that the gun still needs a big boost to fire rate to make it actually be viable and fun. The different themes of the game are based on movie genres, and I already have an area based on samurai movies and an area based on dystopian or outrun movies. And I guess that really only leaves one final genre to cover: rom-coms. And what's more romantic than plowing a field all day and getting drunk at a bar? So I'm gonna do westerns. The maps will be somewhat similar to the samurai area, but there will be houses, many of which will have sloped roofs which you can slide on. There will also be lots of explosions. First off, explosive barrels which litter the stages, and shooting one will make an explosion that deals 60 damage. They can be launched by other explosions and can be pushed around. The other object of explosive potential is a detonator. You can jump on it and it will detonate a piece of TNT stuck on a spot in the stage. The detonator does more damage, and the TNT is generally placed in a powerful position in the stage. Because you cannot simply disarm the TNT by shooting it, it makes the area near the TNT dangerous to be in. It is much harder to actually get somebody with a detonator, but when you do hit them, it is an instant kill. I currently have 3 western stages completed, and there will be 8 in the final area. I'm making pretty good progress, but it takes quite a bit of time to make them, as I have to model the houses individually. I use all the pieces of the old houses to make the new ones, and I reuse houses occasionally, but I'm trying to make there be a decent amount of variety in the stages, so I steer clear of making just a few and using them over and over again. But the later stages will be easier to make, as I will already have plenty of models, and I can instead spend time on making unique centerpieces for individual stages. Hopefully I will have all 8 stages complete by the end of the next devlog. I playtested the game with a friend after making all these updates, and I noticed that there were still some lingering issues that I had with the game. I've had them for a while, but I've not gotten around to solving a lot of them yet. The main one was that shots do not land, and the new aim assist is not helping at all. But pickups also still fall through the stage, and with the new projectile-based weapon, the grenade launcher, the projectiles sometimes just go through the stage at a certain angle. This sucks and I really need to fix it, but fixing jank is what the last stages of development are all about, so I got on it. First off, I just reverted the hitbox back to its old bean shape. This is less accurate, but it feels much better when shooting at it. Ultimately, I don't think precision is what this game is about, so I'm not really against some form of bullet magnetism. I messed around a lot with the values of aim assist in the game, and though it's still not perfect, it's a lot better. And I also fixed some bugs with aim assist that made it work on dead players and ones that didn't even spawn in. Finally, although I haven't done it yet, I'm going to implement raycast to check for clipping and the collision of both the bullets on projectile weapons and the pickups, and I'm not sure why it's taking me so long, but I need to get to it. I then playtested it again, and the game felt much better after making these small improvements. Online multiplayer development is hard, and it's not really something I want to tackle with this game. I hope you understand why I'm not doing it, and forgive me for lying. Nah, screw you guys, I can do what I want. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out the Unity Store Black Friday sale for some great deals, and also be sure to subscribe for more. Bye.